Welcome to This Week in Warframe, a series where I keep you updated on all things Warframe, from announcements made by DE that don't necessarily warrant their own videos to community fan art, posts, and updates. So let's go over D's announcements and news from the 15th of October to the 21st. First up on the plate, the Skindo and Soma Prime Twitch promotion is live for players who own a Twitch account. Now for those that don't, you can start up a free trial and cancel it after you've received your items. However, you will need a credit card or debit card to start the trial. Secondly, the Day of the Dead skins, Halloween color palette, and the Dullahan Pumpkin Auxiliary Mask have returned to Warframe for a short duration. So make sure you pick up the color palette and any of the skins before the 1st of November, as that is when the event ends. Next up, the Survive the Night Twitch achievement has now been fixed, which means players can now watch partners earn the achievement so that you can receive the Teralyst Sigil. However, at this point, I don't know if many partners still have the achievement unlocked. During the week, a forum post was made that pointed out that Hitscan weapons deal no damage after 300 meters, rather than reduce the damage like the original patch notes described. Now, DE Sasuke did reply to the post saying that it was intentional but did not follow up or provide any more information on the matter. Now for PlayStation users, as some of you may know, the 11th Renown pack will be retiring on the 25th of October in Asia, Europe and Australia, on the 24th in North and South America, and on the 26th in Japan. Next up, we have a rather pressing matter that seems to be fixed as of making this video. However, if you are a player who is still affected, I suggest contacting support, and if that's not an option, tweet at one of the developers on Twitter. So what happened? Well, after one of the hotfixes went live during the week, players were able to trade in their brilliant Eidolon Shards to Maru in exchange for 25,000 Endo, which was not an intended function, and due to this, players who had traded their shards in for Endo were met with a permanent ban of their Warframe account. Additionally, they have removed the ability to access Maru's Bazaar until the issue is fixed. But as I stated beforehand, DE has stated that the bans have been reversed as of this video's production. Finally, there were a bunch of hotfixes throughout the week, with 8 in total, so I'm just going to cover the major changes that DE made and let you guys read up on the fixes and small changes yourselves. So the fish vendor now displays your daily standing limit when trading in fish. The hijack drone will now scale in health by the amount of players in your game, as well as having its move radius increased to 30 meters. Gara's blueprint no longer requires Kuva, instead it now requires Orokin cells. Fishing bait and dye blueprints are now reusable. Sentient core trade-in standing values have been increased, with intact core rewarding 100 standing, exceptional cores rewarding 500, and flawless rewarding 1200. Resource boosters will now affect how many fish you receive. Gara's 4th ability will now scale downwards. Dye crafting time has been reduced to 5 minutes. As I mentioned beforehand, you can now redeem brilliant Eidolon Shards for 25,000 focus by going into your focus tree. Convergent orbs will no longer spawn in the air, and all Cetus vendors will now have an orange icon to highlight their location amongst the blue swarm of players. Now that's all the relevant DE information that I could gather for this week, so as usual we'll finish the video up with a few posts from the community. First off, Reddit user SwiggateaSwootea, which is a solid name by itself, shared their Warframe pumpkin carvings in honor of Halloween. Secondly, TotalBiscuit recently played Warframe through a sponsored deal with DE and uploaded a 28-minute video talking about his experience and thoughts about the update and the overall game. Now obviously he's played it before, and while you may think it's just 30 minutes of praise due to it being sponsored, that could not be further from the truth. He does praise the game, but his statements are completely valid and they don't miss a shot. But as I said, it's not just praise, as he criticizes DE's inability to converse Warframe's mechanics to new players, the changes made to the game to returning players, as well as the simple task of explaining new game features that arrive with these updates, as well as a few more solid points in there as well, which most players, both veteran and new, probably already knew about the game. But if you're interested to hear what he has to say, a link will be in the description, as well as everything else I've talked about. And lastly, we have a really fucking cool Halloween fan art of Trinity by Reddit user Excitedly Insane. And that's it for the updates and highlights this week. If you found this video informative, make sure to leave a like. If you think I can improve upon something, or you wish to discuss something that I talked about throughout the video, make sure to leave it in a comment down below. And if you missed out on last week's coverage, you can check it out by clicking the annotation on the screen right now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.